In this fretboard method, we're going to be continuing on looking at different modes, not so much as how they help with soloing and spicing things up, but how they help with riffs. The song that we're going to be looking at in particular is One by One. The riff is broken up between 3 parts. Actually, you know what? Let me just play it for you real quick. So this is the part that I'm talking about. So as you can hear, it's kind of broken up between 3 sections, that riff, and it's each part is very different sounding than the other, but it's still very cohesive. It's in the same key. All I'm doing with those different riffs is just switching modes. The first one that I want to talk about is going to be based off of the Aeolian mode. So that is going to be the 6th mode. So that's the Aeolian mode in the key of E. Check this out one more time. The riff in that Aeolian mode is this. The next little part is going to be a combination of the Aeolian mode and also the Dorian mode. The Dorian mode in E looks like this. So that second riff goes like this. Now the third mode in this one by one intro riff is going to be a very, very odd one. It's probably the most exotic modal sounding mode. It's going to be the Lydian. Now I absolutely love the Lydian mode, especially when I'm just making stuff up. If I'm jamming with a band, or I have a drone set on my looper or my freeze pedal, I love playing around with the Lydian scale. The thing that makes it so exotic is the sharp 4th in it. I'll play that scale for you real quick. One more time and I'll point out the sharp 4ths. Right there. Right there. I'll get back to the one by one riff in a little bit, but if I was just to play an open E string, that is beautiful sounding. I love that mode. I definitely recommend playing around with that. If you have a looper or a freeze, just put in like an E drone. It can be just an E major chord, and you can play with that scale. Even just running it up and down sounds good. All right, let's go back to that third one by one riff that is in E Lydian. So the only difference there is I'm just playing that same scale but up higher, because I like the tone on the D string specifically whenever you play it up really high. So that E Lydian scale one more time. So I could just do like this. But I like the tone on the D string whenever you play it high. The reason for that is because whenever you play the D string up high, the D and the G kind of sound the same, so there's not a big tonal difference between the two strings. And I like that, especially when you're writing a riff. You know, it doesn't want to sound like you're going from a low string to a high string, moving on to like more of a lead melody. I wanted to keep it cohesive. So anyway, that's a great lesson as far as using modes to experiment with riffs. And obviously, I love, you know, classic pentatonic riffs and minor, major riffs, things like that. But if you guys are looking for a way to kind of branch out and come up with cool new ideas, play around with modes.